The same great team and service that you've always known, Ace Hardware Home Services, serving Hickory in the Catawba Valley area since 1990.
Good evening and welcome in to the WHKY News for Tuesday, October 15th. I'm Arianna Mack filling in for Ralph Mangum. The WHKY News is on over-the-air TV every weekday on channel 14.2. We are also on Compass Cable in Morganton, Sky Best in West Jefferson, Vibrant in Salisbury, Comporium in Rock Hill, and TDS in parts of Iredell and Mecklenburg counties. And of course, we're online at WHKY.com and on our YouTube channel. In today's top stories, Governor Roy Cooper, FEMA, Federal Emergency Management Agency, and state officials shared an update on Hurricane Helene in Raleigh earlier today. Governor Cooper had this to say.
Some roads are closed because they're too damaged and dangerous to travel. There are other roads that still need to be reserved for essential traffic like utility vehicles, construction equipment, and supply trucks. However, some parts of the area are open and ready to welcome visitors, which is critical for the revival of Western North Carolina's economy. So if you're considering a visit to the area, consult drivenc.gov for open roads and reach out to the community and the businesses you want to visit to see if they are welcoming visitors back yet.
Alongside Governor Cooper was Will Ray, North Carolina Director of Emergency Management, with this update.
While many communities have begun the transition from response to recovery, there are still North Carolina fire personnel and trucks, state and federal search and rescue teams, emergency medical services, assets, and disaster medical support deployed across the mountains. 14 county emergency operations centers remain activated, with 26 county states of emergency in place and 54 municipal states of emergency that remain in place. There are 13 shelters open, with over 500 residents being served, along with over 80 pets. Our mass feeding task force has 2 sites operational to assist in feeding operations in concert with local emergency management, including the operations of 45 mobile sites across 13 counties. There are approximately 11,000 hot meals being served every day because of their efforts.
We have more on this press conference in WHKY's Top Stories tomorrow. WHKY's Rob Eastwood reports on the opening of facilities to help storm victims.
As recovery efforts are continuing from Hurricane Helene, the North Carolina Department of Insurance is continuing to open facilities to help those who were affected. North Carolina Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey has announced the opening of new assistance centers for victims in the region. A victim assistance center will be open in Watauga County from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Wednesday at the West Watauga Community Center. That's at 1081 Old U.S. Highway 421 in Sugar Grove. Another center will be open from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Thursday at the Buckeye Recreation Center. That's at 1330 Pine Ridge Road in Beach Mountain. Insurance Commissioner Mike Causey says in a news release, quote, "These victim assistance centers are crucial to help us reach people in need directly. We will continue to operate these centers in the coming days and weeks to provide valuable resources and support to storm victims. North Carolina Department of Insurance staff members will be on hand to offer their expertise and assistance to the public," end quote. The North Carolina Department of Insurance is currently coordinating with law enforcement agencies, emergency management, fire departments, rescue squads, charities, churches, and civic groups to assist victims. The NCDOI will continue to host future events to assist with insurance claims for those affected. For more information and resources, you can call 1-855-408-1212 or go to a link that you can find in this story at our website, WHKY.com. Reporting for WHKY News, I'm Rob Eastwood.
Thank you, Rob. Mayor of Morganton, Ronnie Thompson, joins WHKY to give an update on Morganton's condition post-Hurricane Helene. Mayor Thompson, Morganton is a short drive away, but the difference in conditions after Helene is huge. Tell us more about what happened out there.
Lots of things happened. We had our water plant go down, our wastewater treatment plant go down, our electric went down. Basically, no services available in the city. Our management team with our city manager, special projects, our water, electric, and wastewater came together on what to do. First of all was trying to restore power. That's extremely important. We also knew that we need to have water because people could not flush. And when you have that situation, it's real important that you can use some sanitary conditions. Our city manager and the management team got on the phone to our electric cities. Morganton, cities like Morganton, Maiden, Drexel, Granite Falls are all part of electric cities, a co-op of electric companies. And we serve each other. When there's a disaster, like at the coast at Greenville, we send crews there. When we have a disaster, they send crews up here. We had about 80 linemen that came up and restored power. It took them a while to do it because over 100 power poles and 200 of the cross arms had to be replaced. Complete lines had to be rebuilt. Our pumps for the wastewater treatment plant had to be refurbished and brought back into service, and we had to have a situation with our water plant because the water had to be redone, recertified, I guess, so that it could be sanitary and people not have to boil their water anymore. So it was a disaster, more or less. It really was a disaster. We had 14 homes that were unfit and 14 homes that were severely damaged. But no building or business, no home or business has been condemned. All were able to be saved, some in pretty poor shape and lots of mold, but they weren't condemned. So we're excited about that.
Of course, and would you say that those conditions are still the same, or they've improved astronomically now that we're 3 weeks out from the hurricane?
Within 7 days, the first 7 days, which have been last Friday, they have improved tremendously. Most of the businesses, with the exception of the ones right along the river, have opened. We're asking people to stay off our greenway. It's not safe. The boardwalk is unsafe because the water got up in there and washed some of the supports. We're real concerned about that. So we ask you, please do not get on the greenway, but Martha's Park's open, Freedom Park's open, all the parks, most of the parks are open with the exception of our greenway. So I would think things are just absolutely back to normal as much as possible.
Of the areas affected, what areas are still not functioning?
The River Village, we call, is not functioning. They have the water damage, and the shopping center near Shuey Field, which has Planet Fitness, Ollie's, Kimbrell's, are not opening. But those are the only 3 businesses, to my knowledge, that are not fully operational. Everybody has power, everybody has water, and there's some cleanup to be done. But other than that, everything is pretty much back to normal.
I'm Arianna Mack, filling in for Ralph Mangum. This is the WHKY News.